O mātou le fia te le vave whaatino o mātou tiute ma lo mātou wala wina i le nei tai au. Ai au lava ino mātou wafe atu ma tau I la o fio lo mātou wha moe moe. O e si le fia le nei tai au ina wala whai mai si o watunuu o Samoa. Ai mai se o mātou teitai mai mātou uma o whaatastasi le nei asu. O lo alofa, ua sili lava lea mo I mātou. O le nei o mātou alanga ina le leo le manu malo. Ina ua fulitua whata mali I mai le nava yaso o sawhea ngai ai I mātou ma whi au mga aluen. Whaia sina malo longa I le vai aso sa ua tuanai. A o le amatanga o le nei fo I masina o mātou savalia. Le nei o mātou o oi whariseu o mātou sa ai mao malie. I lo alofa ma lo wanga le lei. I lau pule tō wa malie o. Ina ua e au mai fia le soifua o mātou teitai. Le fionga le minsta o whaululunga o Matagaluega. O taitai o mātou paanga o Matagaluega. Ai mai se o le lava loa o le nei au fia. O le ai lava se talavale whaapopole ina I o mātou lotu. Pe ono mātou whaita wina. A fionga pa ia la ua fio te whamanatu ina pea I loa lofa tau muli mo Samoa mai mātou. O le ai lava se talavale whaapopole ina o mātou lotu. O le nei tai ao lo mātou o tua. Mātou tu ina atu ia te oe le nei wha moe moe. Mo le nei wha aso le a mātou wha ngā solo ai le nei a o onga. Whai a onga oe a mātou wha longolonga. A o mai ni vaenga tā ua e ala mai I au au auna ua e filifilia ma e tuwina I aile poto whaapitoa. Ina ia mawhai o no mātou wao au ina mao au atu. Whaatino mawhaia mea uma e tusa matatau. A wale ati ina o mātou ngā luenga, o mātou ofisa, o ngā luenga lo mātou malo. A ia whaasili se taunu unga mo mia mo mātou tangata o Samoa o whaatalitali mai. Ia iau whamanuyanga le nei mawhatanga le amataina se I o ilo na whae wini. Ia tō mau ma fo I le vi inga ia te oilo mātou tua. O leala mātou tatalo whaatasi ma le tele o tatalo lilo o le loto le tangata lava ia. Ia whaia I ailo fina ngalo awa lava ilo mātou whaatau anau. Ona o lou lava suafa Yesu ke riso o mātou wole ma tatalo atua I nei lava. Amen. Ia, o le awanoa le nei, ia e wala awatu I lau fionga le minsta, lau fionga toi lupe, po mulinuku on semo, ia mo lau sau noanga au tu, ia e te tala aloa ia ili nei maafutanga ma le whaanoalo.
Faafetai lau fionga whalau, ia mo le nei tae ao ma le tātou whamoe moe. Mana tō leua teilangi ile Fesootaiga matangi. Tātou whaapolo ma le whasangi le atua. O le ona le malosi malava. Mo le tai mailo tō soifua ma le tātou o le nei tae ao. Ra le e lo whatau wae Faafetai le. Ia, le sonfo lau. Ia mo tātou taulanga sitia le nei tae ao. Pa ia masa o le nei potputonga. Manatu au le ata o to whamaene o le tairo loto e le ngawhatia e sa mātou whamtalanga. Ia mai le vavau e o le whaavavau. Ia o Samoa wao. Manatu le aile. Le tae au. Sua lau sunga le sui whaurulunga le UNDP lau sunga. Rena Laina Wepa. Su whaihaonga whaatonu o le UNDP mo le neia o aonga. Le mamalu le wala aulia. Tei nane alima tamaitai. Wa tofa I aile nei whaamoe moe. A mai se lau fio poto. Malo le sufu manuia, malo le lange mama. Manatu au tau si le fia umale aunga, marisini au tuo le nei au aonga le nei tae au. Mau te tali tonu, o au tau nofu sauni e sa ili, palu manga mai a ilan tolo, ia ili poto whapitoa. O lea o ina i au tau I nei aso e whaa. E talu ai o no leo lo fuli filongia la tātou mawhatanga le nei tae au. Ia se iau lili wane. Ia, awane whaafongafonga. Le ngata ia tātou paanga. A mai se oe lo tātou mafuta le nei tai au. UNDP Deputy Representative Ms. Verena Lionwepa, UNDP advisors and facilitators, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is with a great pleasure that I address you this morning for the launching of the Digital Readiness Awareness Assessment Tool and the opening of our ICT Policy Development Workshop 2021. On behalf of the Government of Samoa, I would like to extend a special thank you to the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, for hosting this launch and the workshop in partnership with our Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. We also extend our sincere appreciation to the UNDP Governance and Poverty Reduction Unit and the Digital Transformation Team for their professional expertise provided in supporting and collaborating efforts towards a sustainable society. Through our partnership, it is developing a solid foundation upon which we will build a knowledgeable society for the betterment, not only for the government, but also all citizens and businesses for the next decades and beyond. We are living in an information society era in which ICT, more than ever before, are recognized as a vital tool in achieving sustainable development. But the reality is that the advancement in these technologies have also at the same time widened the gaps between those countries and people who have access and those who have not, especially in developing countries. The challenge is to make ICT readily available, affordable, and accessible to all. Hence, accelerating the transition to digital, especially in the face of COVID-19 pandemic, is even more pressing than ever. To achieve this, the need for the developing relevant, meaningful policies and regulations is crucial. The challenge is to make sure that the benefit of ICT will foster sustainable development growth and, more importantly, provide continuous access to the majority of the population. But to achieve this, we must first address the challenges faced by policymakers. It is important to also highlight that sector reforms such as allowing competition in the sector, reducing or minimizing government involvement in the sector, and the separations of policy-making roles and regulatory roles. Across government, policymakers are confronted with challenges. First, developing an ICT policy that is responsive to the needs of the majority of citizens, especially the poor and the marginalized. Developing policy that, one, ensure equitable access and infrastructure development to underdeveloped areas. To address the need for universal and attract investments, especially to underserved areas and high-risk people. What is clearly evident is that there is a distinctive knowledge dividing emerging between policymakers and regulators in terms of understanding the nature and the content of policies and its impact in development. Most developing countries are only now realizing the need for all ministries of government to coordinate their work with policy-making ministries, especially the relevant staff within respective ministries. Small island developing states like Samoa place limited resources on capacity building and training. Budgets for these are almost non-existent. On the other hand, regulators tend to be well-resourced because of often their funds come from industry charges. In this respect, this workshop is timely given the various development across all the government and the private sector. I reiterate the government appreciation to UNDP, MSIT, as the policy arm of the government of the ICT sector, for leading and driving this important initiative, and to each and every one of you for your commitment and to attend and be part of this very crucial and timely professional development. All these initiatives are outcomes of the Digital Pacific Conference 2020 report, which arose from the successful deliberations and information sharing, and have provided a valuable platform in reshaping our plans and activities and helping us realign our policy positions. As a member of Cabinet, I am confident that the policy we develop and empowering to our people so that they may participate meaningfully in the knowledge economy. The policy we put in place must help us avoid the dangers posed by digital divide. They must help us minimize the risks of having our economies being further excluded, our communities being further excluded from the knowledge economy and opportunities for economic and social development. I therefore urge our policymakers that in developing and implementing ICT policy, we must continually have in mind other relevant policies and their related institutions and regulations. The lack of overall policy and poor harmonization of initiative will lead to a random adoption of different systems and standards, unnecessarily duplication of efforts, and a waste of resources. Indeed, it is our right and privilege to take an active part in ICT policy making, so that all our people, all our communities may have a say in how our societies develop. To end, I wish all the participants taking part in this crucial undertaking, and I look forward to further deliberations and collaborations with UNDP. So, Fuafuaga.